Please do tell our viewers, in terms of selecting somebody for a diplomatic posting, what is the criteria that is taken for this?
Yes, Nicole, there is a broad criteria, which is really suitability. And then within that broad criteria, we are talking about ability. You should be able to perform the task that you are assigned to and to serve at that specific mission. And then there's attunement to government policies. First of all, of course, you have to be familiar and study the Namibian constitution. You have to be familiar with the white paper on foreign policy. Now you have to acquaint yourself with the SWAPO Party manifesto because it's the ruling party. And then you really have to understand the overall foreign policy of the Republic of Namibia. And then secondly, you are supposed to have good temperament and good conduct. If you have served before, you should not have a bad record. And then you are not supposed to be in debt. And then you are also supposed to be proficient in the foreign policy as well as language. If you have an added language, one of the UN or AU languages, that's an added advantage. And then you are supposed to respect the diplomatic privileges and immunities, because there are privileges and immunities that comes with that. So you should not abuse them. So that's the broad criteria, which is applicable to everybody, irrespective of the level where you served.
Nice. Her Excellency, how many staff members are posted? How many staff members are selected and posted out?
Well, it depends on how many are coming back, because it's a rotation. But then each and every embassy or high commission has a specific structure. And the structure is determined by the level of interaction between Namibia and that given country. But then when you look at our missions, for example, at the African Union, at SADC, or at the UN, they tend to have more staff because the nature of work is different.
Okay, so we've really touched base on the criteria.
Yes.
Let's talk about some of the duties. Let's inform the viewers about what the duties are of diplomatic staff.
Well, the main duty is to market Namibia, is to market the trade and investment opportunities in our country. Hence, we are talking about economic diplomacy. And when we say we are protecting the national interest of the country, is to really make sure that our interest is taken care of, that we maintain a high profile, we keep the bad guys out of this country, and we make Namibia their place to be.
That's good. Now, Her Excellency, we do hear about the first secretary, we hear about the second secretary. Isn't that the same thing?
No, it is not the same thing. It's not duplication at all. It's differentiation.
Okay.
The third secretary, it's diplomatic jargon for the person who is the private secretary of the ambassador or high commission. And then the second secretary, administrative, is the person who deals with administration and finance. The first secretary is really the foot soldier. Those are the people who take care of political and economic duties at the embassy, those who go out and do the real work.